everybody. What's up? Welcome to Real Love,
Real talk,
Real Estate. I'm Leslie, joined with Thomas, and we're here today to talk about some being best friends, right?
Being best friends. This is something that's really helped us out in our relationship. Kind of just happened. I mean, we met each other. Again, another story, we'll tell that story. But, very quickly, I think we became best friends and we didn't even know what was going on, but it happened.
It did. I think that being best friends is one of the things that has just really been great for us, right? We get to love on each other and dislike each other and all that good stuff in between. But I will say, like, even when we didn't know we were going to be in a relationship, right? Mm-hmm. Like, we started doing best friend things in a weird way, right? Like, in a good way. But there was the one time that I was dancing at some place to, that sounds crazy, but
that sounds crazy.
Let me clean that up,
y'all. Columbus Boulevard, she was dancing.
No, I was dancing to help this person out with their senior project, right? So a student there at Drexel.
Fix it up, Reverend. Fix it up.
Fixing it up. Mm-hmm. A student at Drexel was doing her senior project. Was it senior? I don't know.
Yeah, it was her senior project.
And she had some people that she brought together who had some dancing skills, and we were like, all right, let's do this thing. So you happened to pass by me as we were rehearsing.
Right, because I passed by because I was studying for my chem final exam.
See that?
And so I had a friend who was a chemistry major, and so, I needed some help. And so I was basically going to her room in University Crossings.
Clean it up, Reverend.
To study
chemistry, girl, her room. Add it up, y'all.
To study chemistry for our chemistry exam.
Like real chemistry.
The next day, as in like
science chemistry.
Periodic table chemistry.
I'm just messing. We're just messing.
But this is the kind of stuff we're talking about. And so, like Leslie was saying, I basically walked past and I saw her there. So before I made it up to my friend's room to study periodic table chemistry for the final exam in college.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
You saw me and then you're like, hey, can I check you out like dancing or whatever?
I ain't say that.
Not so bad, but
I was not a cornball. Like, can I check you out in dancing? I just saw her dancing with the other girl, and there was 3 of them. And so I was like, oh, well, yeah, I just met her, or we just talked in the cafeteria, like, a couple days ago or whatever. Mm-hmm. Whatever it was. And so basically I just chilled, and hung out when they were doing their thing, and after she was done, we talked a little bit, and boom, boom, that was that. Didn't even think about dating, didn't even think about we were going to be together, none of that kind of stuff.
No.
Oh, she was plotting. She was plotting already.
I wasn't plotting, but more to come on that. Yeah. But yes, it was interesting. So it was almost like a best friend thing. Like you would just chill, hang out, and be like, hey, let's just see what's going on with this person. So from there, we truly developed a best friendship, if you will, and have been best friends ever since. So
yeah, and kind of what I said in one of our previous videos, when we first started talking, I said, hey, if this is not going towards marriage, then, we can be cool, right? Yeah. But that last part, we can be cool, we needed to do that anyway, right? So, our first dates were very simple. We were like playing pool in the dorm, right? Right? We were playing pool and, like just small dinners, what have you, right? And we really got to know each other as friends, which I think is super important because without that, like that was literally the foundation of our relationship. Yeah. When things did get rocky, if you want to call it that, romantically, we always had that friendship to go back on. And, it's one of those things where if she were to say something, which she did, that was crazy, and, came out of her mouth with some old crazy stuff. Yeah, you. I was always able to say, all right, she acting crazy right now. She being, she off the rocker right now, but it's cool because.
That goes both ways.
Because we were, me?
Stop.
Nah.
Stop. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, I've said something. I've spoken truth. I was always real talk. So, I mean, real love too, but I was always real talk. So
always about not trying to hurt the other person,
I
right?
no. See, it was never
That's
trying to
what I
hurt you.
said. That's what I
Okay,
said. I said it's
okay.
always about not trying to hurt the other
That's
person.
right.
It's
That's
really
right.
about having those real conversations. And I feel like as having our best friendship
Having our
that we've
best
had,
friendship. That's it. We knew that we weren't attacking each other, trying to hurt
yeah,
each other when we were lashing out for whatever reason,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So it was very, very important for us to be friends. And I think in a relationship, if you're not best friends, I mean, you do have relationships where people aren't best friends, but I think it makes it so much easier when you're best friends because at the end of the day, not only are you going home together physically, but you're also going back to each other emotionally for support, for whatever you need. So, you know, to have that source outside of your relationship, it actually can be dangerous.
it can. And I think the other thing is like, as you're talking about this, right? Those things of like, oh well, I can't share this with T, but I can share this with T. That's too much. That's too much
That's
work. I ain't got
that's
time for that. I need to be able to share everything with you.
that's a
So
lot to
you
keep track
know,
of.
I just want to be able to say everything, even when it's TMI. I do want to thank you. So I feel like with every episode, I want to thank you for something. But honestly, something happened recently where I was in my feelings because of what happened. It was a honest mistake on my part. Nothing to do with you, obviously, but
Okay, I'm like, what?
no. But I called you, and I was like, T, you won't believe what just happened. And I told you, and you go, oh, you know what I'm talking about. And you go, you're joking, and I'm like, I'm not. And you just like held space for me. We probably stayed on the phone for 3 minutes with silence, just complete silence of me just going through what I felt in that moment. I was like going through shock and denial and just like everything, like, oh my gosh, how did that happen, right? But you held the space for me, so I really thank you for that because I needed that moment to just be like, what
And
the heck?
but as your best friend, I have learned, right? I've learned Leslie in such that sometimes she wants a response. Sometimes it's just I just need you to listen.
I just need you to
And
listen.
me, my personality, the way I think, I immediately want to jump into fix
Fix
it mode,
it.
right?
Yes,
I want to solve the
yes.
problem. I want to get down to the original, the root cause, right? But at that point, when I realized
There was,
when I realized that she was serious, like she
yeah.
really, felt like she messed up, um, I just sat quiet and I let her go through her thoughts and I didn't try to fix it. And, again, being that best friend, in that situation, I felt like I knew what she needed. And, thank you for letting me know that that's exactly what you needed. Sometimes you don't know.
It was.
Sometimes you don't know. But, I kind of just.
It was. But I think that's also one, being with each other for a while, but also two, being honest with what you need in that moment. We've had those times where I'm like, T, I don't need you to fix it right now. I just need you to listen to me. So this is one where you just listened. And I didn't even have to tell you, like, I just need you to listen. Like,
Even when there were no words being
even
said.
when there was no words, it was literally 3 minutes of silence, y'all. I promise you, like 3 minutes of just straight silence. But it was just a minute for me to just collect my thoughts with my best friend on the line, though. If I needed to say something, he was there to receive the words that I needed to say, right? Then he came home and gave me a big hug and all that good stuff. But, I was good. I went through the 7 stages of grief really quickly. Really quickly. But yes.
It was 7 stages of grief.
Right?
He was
Like,
going through it.
oh my gosh. But all good. So it really wasn't that big of a deal, actually. But it just felt like it in the moment.
Let me had said that when she called me.
I know. Oh my! I would have flipped out on you.
Listen, I wouldn't be here today.
That's so trying to be like,
Here lies Thomas because he spoke when he shouldn't have.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but it is just one of those things where when you can confide in each other, you find comfort in each other. And again, it can be dangerous finding comfort with quote unquote best friends. Like sometimes you have single friends and they'll tell you, I would do this and I would do that and I would have said, and really they're not the people to talk to because you're married or you're in a relationship and they're not, right? So it's just two different perspectives. If you're best friends, again, you can talk about anything and you can get through it together. And you don't have to worry about, oh, did I tell her this or what did I say? What did I leave out? You have to worry about that. You're all best friends and you know that you have each other's best interests in mind and at heart.
Absolutely. Love it, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So, word of advice, if you want to sum it up, if you can, become your partner's best friend. And here's the thing. If you can't be best friends, then you can't be best partners for each other, right? Other things can be good, right? The physical attraction, the romanticism, and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, when the attraction fades, when y'all don't like each other, when things go bad, when there's no money in the bank, where whatever, right? If you don't have that friendship, it can get real rocky, and a lot of times it does not work because they don't have that foundation. So that's the real talk tidbit for today.
Love it. Well, thanks so much, sir. That was good. And we're going to wrap it up right here.
I'll wrap it up. So thank you. And until next time on Real Love,
Real talk.
Real Estate.